This is handwriting part 2. So if you're 4 1/2 and the first set of letters is pretty easy for you now, these would be the next set to work on. Same set of rules, guidelines, reminder, start on the left always and go to the right. Try to have your letters connect and do it as many times as you can. First letter. Soft curve at the top, and then you have to go down and then back up again on the same line. That's the challenge. All right, now of course, it's just the same, but with one more bump. 3 bumps. Okay, then those two go nicely with and wa. It's the same challenge but upside down. So up and then down. That looks like an if, right? But you're going to do another if right beside it. There you have an When you're starting these, just like the other letters and all letters for that matter, if it's hard, have an adult draw guidelines and then you go over. Okay, now, next challenge is wa, which looks almost exactly the same, very little difference. Wa, it's 2 bumps and then a connection. Cool, right? And wa. All right, last letters in this middle set. This is a good one because it's pretty common. Up and then a big belly down. Up. Hard because you're going to go forward and backwards. Forward, backwards. Last letter in this middle group is Cursive is up. You notice there's a little bit on the front upsweep that's higher. There you go. Several times a day, every day. All right. Begins like a C, and then up, C. Good, not too hard. All right, let's do 2 that but it's not really a hard one to make, but it's a hard one to connect. So you begin with an O, which you're already good at, and then a soft loop at the bottom. The connection is awkward because you don't return to the line. That's what, it's hard to write and it's also hard to read. So you're going to go up, down. There you go, that's a B. All right, and you'll see this looks very similar to one of the most challenging letters in cursive, I think, is a F. So this is a letter that goes below the line. This is the hard part. You want your pencil or your chalk to move forward. It's tempting to go backwards when you get below the line, but the loop on an F is a forward movement. Okay, good. Now guys, F and the other letters that we go below the line, you can practice all of these letters on line paper or paper that has no line. Doesn't really matter. Below the line means that this part of the letter is just going to be lower than other letters that would sit on the line. So if you don't have line paper, you don't have a chalkboard, you don't have an easel, you can do this on paper from a copier or the back of a grocery ad. So another descending letter, I, below the line becomes a J. Very similar. I went all the way across, left to right, and now I dot. It's a little awkward. All right. Another descending letter. Yep. And how about this one? Z. So uncommon, we hardly see this letter. Pointy part there, right guys? These are some of the hardest letters in cursive. Takes a lot of practice to get them right. Start with A. Begins like a C, a K. And then you close it and there's a loop at the top. So there's your C. Up to the top and around. C. A. This one, it doesn't help a ton if somebody draws light lines for you because it's not easy to see how your chalk or your pencil should go. So forward and backward, and then it'll be pretty tricky. All right, next big challenge is going to be a P. The loop is at the bottom is what throws people. The up and down, and then the backwards movement of their chalk is a little hard to master. Huh. All right, and then these two letters kind of go together, although one is much more difficult. H, huh. Not too tough, just this upward movement there is a little hard. Okay, its cousin, the one that looks almost the same, is the same beginning movement, the same upward, and then you have to add a little detail there. K, the other K. K. All right, now the other two that are cousins are G and Qu. So guys, we'll do G first. Like so many letters, it starts with the C. Close it down, there's your loop. That'll be a below the line loop if you're working on paper. Okay, now you'll probably already guessed that the letter that should go with this one is Qu. It's exactly the same at the beginning, and then when you get to the bottom of your descending line, you're going to go backwards. So that would be a Qu. Those are the hardest letters, I think. So guys, every day, left to right, connect your letters when you can. Paper, chalkboard, sidewalk, bathtub. Have fun.